extension and shortening of a site? Answer. For extending a site, various Vastu principles need to be observed. Coming to this picture, as usual, always upwards is north, this becomes the south, that becomes the east, and this becomes the west. Taking this outer line of this as a site, and for extending the site, only two directions are permitted. They are east and north, east and north. Other two directions, south and west, under any circumstances, extension should not be there in those two directions. Even in these two directions, for extending the site, various Vastu principles need to be observed. Quite parallel to this baseline of this site, a site could be acquired. Even then, under any circumstances, as extended line of the southern border is shown as a dotted line, this dotted line should not be exceeded here in this direction. And second one, a northeast of east could be in excess. In these directions, a site could be acquired, whereby northeast of east becomes greater that compared to the southeast of this site. And the third point, under any circumstances, northeast of east should not fall short at all. And in this direction, site should not be acquired. Coming to this northern side, exactly parallel to this baseline, a site could be acquired. Even then, here, the western border is shown here in the dotted line here, extended line. Under any circumstances, this beyond this line towards this direction, site should not be acquired. Second, northeast of north could be in excess, like this. The site could be acquired in this direction. But under any circumstances, the northeast of north should not fall short. Like this, in this way, in this fashion, site should not be acquired. Coming to the other aspect, shortening of a site, always northeast corner of a site should be preserved by the landlords. If this site is divided in this fashion, to keep the northeast corner of this part to be with the landlords, always this part should be retained by the landlords and this part could be given away. If the same site is divided in this fashion, in order to keep the northeast corner, and this half could be retained by the landlords and this half, the southern half, could be given away. So, if this site is divided in this fashion, southern half should be given away and northern half should be taken away, should be retained by the landlords. If the site is divided in this fashion, eastern half should be retained by the landlords and western half could be given away. For any reasons, if the northeast corner of the piece could not be retained by the landlords, in those circumstances, rather, the whole property may have to be lost. That only after consulting your qualified Vastu consultant of your choice, a decision could be taken in those circumstances. For getting clarification for any of your doubt, of course, I am available both on my mobile and email. Kindly subscribe the channel, like the video, share it and pass on your comment too. Until my next episode, I take leave. Until then, Namaste.